Hey guys, gonna get another video going on this week. It's been about another week, maybe 2 weeks since I've posted a video. My last video I did on my tablet, and get used to the tablet videos. I know at least one of you guys didn't like it and everything. Get used to it, because this process is just entirely too long making it on this camera. Um, just to let you guys know, because I know sometimes people are new, when I make a video on this camera, because of the format that it comes in and everything, I have a very good computer, but the computer is getting tired of making videos. Rendering videos and stuff like that is not easy on a computer. And so for most people, they do the quick little webcam videos and they post them. That's awesome. Some people have easy share stuff where they make one little deal, they upload it, it's done. I do some editing because I ramble a lot and I take a lot of it out. So my average video is 35 minutes before it comes to you. And then my average video is about 15 minutes. Anyways, I have to take it, I have to do it in small spurts. If I do anything over like 5 minute clips, then I have problems later on and I have to redo it. So, yeah, and then once I take the videos, then it takes me about 10 or 15 minutes to actually take all the videos off the camera onto the computer. Then after that, I have to convert every single clip. That takes about another hour to 2 hours. And then I have to edit. Editing takes about another hour to 2 hours. And then by the time I process or render that video, that takes about another hour, and then uploading it to YouTube takes another hour. It's a full day process to make a video on this camera. And so my tablet, I can make a quick 5 minute video, let you guys know that I'm alive, what's up, and there you go. One person had an issue with it, and frankly, I'm sorry to that one person. Yeah, so where am I right now? Well, I'm down 224 pounds, so I'm at 246 pounds from 470. Pretty good, pretty good. I've got 21 pounds to my goal. I fasted the week before, but I did a pretty good fast. I was keeping up on my sodium intake. When you do fast, liquid fast, sometimes your joints and stuff like that, they can really suffer from that because of the lack of sodium and different nutrients and stuff like that. And so you can swell and retain water and everything for sometimes a week or two after a fast. I kept up on my sodium. I was drinking like G2 and stuff the whole time. Sports drinks that I would typically never just sit around and drink, but I was drinking them to kind of put in those extra nutrients. I was drinking broth. I was also doing 3 protein shakes a day, so I was keeping up with my proteins. And so really my body was like, okay. And so I lost like 8 pounds that week, but I didn't gain anything back. In fact, I lost another pound this week. And so I've been good. My body kind of stabilized and was like, whoa, okay. But I never had a big gain or anything like that. So that's good. That's good. I'm very happy with that. Training is starting again this week. I took a little hiatus from training, to be honest with you, mainly because I just needed a break. I've been going so hardcore for so long, I just wanted to kind of take a break. I took a lot longer of a break than I wanted to. Unfortunately, things happened where I got sick and stuff like that, and kids would get sick, and it got cold. And even though I have a lot of cold weather running stuff, it wasn't working. And actually, what my biggest deal is I go to physical therapy every week, just working out all the kinks and everything. And as you know, after my surgery, I lost sensation in my leg. They nipped a nerve or something like that, and it caused my leg to kind of seize up. And so I've been getting that worked out, and it's pretty much worked out. In fact, I've got one more week left of physical therapy, and I'm done. So But in the midst of that, I have kind of a runner's knee, a patellar tendon issue, and he was working on it first, and he's like, I want to do a strength test on you. And so he did it with my left leg, which is fine, and then he did it with my right leg, and we just found out that basically my muscle had just deteriorated so much um, in my right leg that it was the whole reason my patellar tendon was acting up. It wasn't the running, it was just the running was flaring it up because my leg could not support my knee joint anymore because it was so weak. Just basic little test, I couldn't do it. In fact, my daughter was stronger than I was. And so we started working on some strength training and stuff, and it's kind of funny because there are certain machines that I just don't touch when I go into the gym. I don't know why, I just don't do them. And if I would have done like 2 of those machines, I wouldn't have had this issue. So I'm back on those machines now. So yeah, that's something that maybe you guys should think about too. Is just the importance of strength training and toning those muscles because you're going to lose muscle after surgery, and so your body attacks your muscles, and you've got to build those muscles back up, or you're going to be one weak fool. So yeah, so I'm back in strength training, full-fledged triathlon time. Well, I can't say that. I have a race in about a week and a half. November 5th, I think it is. Um, I have my last race of the season, and it's gonna suck because it's gonna be really cold. It's probably gonna be like 40 degrees that morning, and it's been kind of rainy. Which I mean, that's a week and a half, so I can't say it's gonna rain, but it's just gonna be like ugh. So but that's my last race, and then after that, I'm full fledged from now on in a triathlon training. I'm trying to come up with the money still for my bike. I'm shy. I'm about $500 shy of my goal. I've sold most of my woodworking things that are big enough to sell, worth the money to sell, and come up with the money. I need about $2,300 to get the bike that I need and all the different, you got to get shoes, and you got to get a helmet, and then I got to get aero bars for my bike and stuff like that. So these are like add-ons. I actually need to get a rack for my car so I can port my bike around because you don't really want to throw a $2,000 bike just in the back of your car. You want to kind of transport it the right way. So that's what I'm working on right now, is just trying to get that money together and try to see if what I can get. Like I said, I've sold a lot of my stuff to be able to get it. My family, we could probably afford to front out the money. No, we couldn't. What am I talking? No, we couldn't. We're able to take some money and put it aside and everything, but for the most part, I can't come up with the money. So, if you would like to donate, I do accept donations. If you want to, though, you just let me know. I'm not above donations. So, anyways, yeah. So I'm just trying to get on that bike. I've got the bike chose. I've been fitted for it. The guy went ahead and cut me a deal, which wasn't that much of a deal, but he cut me a deal. So he got me in. It's a Scott's road bike. I'm gonna go do road bike. So with triathlon training, for some of you guys that know, some of you guys don't know, really, if you're gonna be a full-fledged triathlete, there is so much gear that goes into it that you could go poor just by keeping up on the gear. Bike-wise, there are triathlon bikes, then there are road bikes, and then there are mountain bikes. And depending on the race that you're going to race, you may need one of those. And so I'm going with the comfortable in the middle and getting the road bike. A road bike is going to sit a little bit differently. You're going to ride it a little bit differently. Triathlon bikes they have built-in aero bars where your shifters are actually like you put your arms out in front of you like this, and you'll actually shift. Your shifters are up here, whereas a road bike has curved handles, and your shifters are on the where you're by your brakes and stuff. and but you can add aero bars so that you can still get in that position and raise your seat up higher so that you're in a more aerodynamic way. The problem is though is that if you ever want to just take that bike out for a ride to get comfortable with it or anything, you're always in this like aggressive stance, and it can be really rough on you. And so it's not a bike that you want to just go out for a 25-mile bike ride. And I want to be prepared to go out for a 25-mile bike ride. So I'm going to go ahead and get the road bike. The bike that he picked me out on is a carbon fiber bike. It's more of a touring bike. It's very lightweight, which is going to be good. It's very aerodynamic. So it's gonna help me out in the race. It's just not gonna give me that extra like mile or two an hour that I would like with a triathlon bike. Eventually, will I move up to a triathlon bike if I get really into it? Yeah. A mountain bike, yeah. Just for right now, if there's a triathlon that was going to require a mountain bike, I just won't race that triathlon. So swim training is going well. It's going a lot better. I'm about to get a drag float or something like that probably in the next couple weeks that I can just drag behind me to help condition me, make me a little bit faster in the water. Um, some paddles, stuff like this. Just little gimmick things that will help me with my swim um, in the training process. So doing that, and yeah, like that's basically the gist of everything I got going on. It's just about training and about getting things done and all that good stuff. So some people have asked me some questions about big things I've learned, stuff like that. Really, I'm gonna say this. The biggest advice I could give anybody that's about to have the surgery um, would be after a year, what I've learned the most is I do think the fitness is key. Um, you don't have to go overboard, but I'm not going to sugarcoat it and say, well, you can just go real gently and stuff like that. The harder you go into it, I think that I really do believe that you'll have a better success in the long run. I think that uh, you look at Rosemary, who's got her elliptical and she goes at it. Rosemary may not be signing up for a big race anytime soon, but she started a lifestyle where her elliptical is a part of her lifestyle, and her fitness is a part of her lifestyle. She's going to go on her walk. She's going to jump on her bike, and her taco are going to go out and they're going to do their thing. She started that lifestyle. You talk about Connie. You're already seeing Connie. You know, I don't know. Is she like halfway through a year now? I'm not sure, but like you see her like she's out there with her husband. She's doing her thing. Like she's walking and doing her stuff, and like she's real serious on her fitness. Now, I will say it helps to have a guy ripped like Alfred. Like I just saw a picture of him on Facebook, and I was beside myself. That man could hurt me a lot. So, anyways, but the more that you put into your fitness now, the better you're going to be in the long run because you're going to start a lifestyle. And that's all it's about. It's just about starting a new lifestyle. If you've got pain and issues and stuff like that, go to somebody that you can maybe get that worked on. But I do acknowledge the fact that some people's bodies deteriorated. It's probably still not the way you say it. But that it's gone so far that they're in pain and they're hurt. And if that's the case, I understand. And you're no less of a person than people that can go crazy in working out, stuff like that. And so I do acknowledge that may be a case. But you can always look into seeing, is there a way? I'll tell you what, my physical therapist, I believe that he could fix a lot. And there's a lot of manual therapy where people get in and they just push and they just loosen those muscles up and they know about the body, and they can fix things that other people would just give you pills for. And so even my leg was one of those things where it's like, oh, maybe you just need to take a pill. So work on getting those checked out. See if you can. You know, if you can't, I totally understand, and you're no less of a person because of the fact that you can't go hardcore into it. But I do believe that mild walking and light stuff can be a big difference. It's better than doing nothing. It's going to help you in the long run. I think a lot of people sometimes look at the surgery as the fix. It's going to fix the depression. It's going to fix the bad body image that you have of yourself. It's going to save your marriage. It's going to, whatever. It's not guaranteed. Um, you know, my wife and I just had a conversation last night about what has changed since surgery. And the truth of the matter is, one of the things that she said the most is it's all the extra things that you do now. But those extra things that I do that helps this family out, that has helped save our marriage, why losing the weight helped that, it was not the root cause of that. And so there were other things that I had to do in my life to fix that. The depression, stuff like that, this was stuff that I needed counseling on. Losing weight doesn't fix depression. It just doesn't. Like, you may feel great about yourself, but I'll tell you what, I've got more excess skin now. I'm more aware of like all the little saggy things that hang, and like I'm trying out uh, tri suits right now that are like fitted bodysuit things, and it's like, then you get to the midriff area where I've got all this excess skin, and it's all balled up, and it's like you can see it, and I'm aware that I'm not going to be one of those triathletes that has a cut form and everything, because I've got the excess skin. I've got the bat wings and all that kind of stuff. So it's not. I can't say that I have a greater self-image of myself simply because there's going to be other issues. It's like, yeah, now I don't, you know, now I'm not huge and I can go into a regular store and buy clothes and stuff like that, but it doesn't mean that, now I'm in a place where it's like I'm hanging out with, athletes, and I don't necessarily feel that I look like an athlete. When I walked into the bike store, I was surprised on how much people were asking me questions about running. I was actually giving the bike people advice on running because they were asking me about running and stuff like that. Now, I was in running gear because I was preparing to go out for a run, but they were really into what I was saying, but I was asking them just as much about biking because I didn't know squat about biking. So it was really good that I was respected in that way, but there was a part of me that felt unworthy to be able to talk to them about it, only because I didn't feel like I looked like other people might look at me and say you look great, but I didn't feel like I look like this cut, like, because I don't. Like, I still have the man boobs that won't go away. I mean, I'm still a good B cup, you know. Um, and they're not going away. They don't hang as much, so I think they're still shrinking, but they're there. When I lay down and my boobs are still sticking up in the air, but my stomach is shrunk in around my rib cage, it feels weird. It doesn't. It feels like I'm disproportionate, like I'm odd, and so I'm not getting a better self-image of myself from this surgery, like you would think I was. Um, so it's important to get help. It's real important. So I would say that's a big deal. But then proteins, low carbs, high protein. Um, watch your fiber because it will. High protein, low carb diet will seize you up. So do your fibers and yeah, just have fun in this process. If you want to know about what to expect this year, expect changes. You're gonna stall. Everybody's gonna make a crying video about I stalled. I've made like three probably. And you're gonna stall, and you just keep moving. You keep doing everything you're doing. And to be honest with you, in your first year, if you're a gastric bypass patient, just keep doing what you're doing. You probably don't need to change anything. You probably just need to keep doing what you're doing. Your body's gonna need to catch up. take your measurements. I never took my measurements, and so if I didn't have my old pants that I could hold out and stuff like that, then I would never know where I was. So take measurements so that you can keep track of that kind of stuff. So that's my advice to you. I'm not a professional, but gosh darn it, I did this surgery, and therefore, and I've learned a lot, and therefore I do have something I can offer. Um, so that's that. But I'm not a know-it-all, and I'm not coming off as a know-it-all. So, but I do have a voice. And it's my channel. I see what I want to say. Okay. All right, guys. I love y'all. I love y'all. And peace out.